Mr. Tufton, I hear you talking about you want more babies in the country, right? I'm trying to understand something. You know how much a baby formula? $4,000 plus tax. You know how much a 100 pack of Pampers? $6,000 plus tax. You know how much your car seat? $25,000 plus tax. And if I ever hear you talk about baby again, you'll get $2 plus tax.
Master Mark Golding is an overnight upcoming politician. But I don't think that credibility should lingers in seniority. I think to be credible, to be honest, is something that each child should learn as they come through the formative years. Am I to believe that Mr. Mark Golding have no record of his history? Am I to believe that Mark Golding don't know from which he came? If we can't trust Mr. Mark Golding to tell us the truth of his origin, how can we trust him to lead the people in the next general election? How simple it is to say, I am a British, I am an England man, because he sounds British, he looks British, he look like the people them who used to lead us into slavery. So he looks like them and he speaks like them. What is so wrong? What is so hard in saying that I am not a part of the Jamaican people, I am English? And PMP, we need to hear from you. Because this is the man who you are expecting to lead the Jamaican people. After the election, this is the man who you are expecting to lead us with honesty, credibility, because Andrew fails. So now we are worse. Because Andrew is 100 and Master Mark is 200. So what's going to happen to us? What is going to happen to us? This is the best that the PMP could do? Carry an England man to run? Carry an Englishman to run on their ticket for the next general election? Mr. Mark Golding, you need to step down. You don't need anybody. You don't need to change over your dual citizenship. You just need to step down and give the position to your friend Bunting. Because clearly you missed the boat.
Labor rights, get on the plate. Because I'm going to show some food and I want to eat well. So I want to belly full. But I'm not going to on the menu. This month, back 4 years, the Prime Minister's statutory declaration not being certified. Our kids have been raped, kidnapped, and murdered, and we're not hearing anything. The government signing a lot of deals, we're not hearing anything. People losing their money in the bank, we're not hearing anything. 6 members of parliament under investigation, we're not hearing anything. And you're gonna tell me that andrewholness find time to launch a campaign about Mark Golding and his dual citizenship, which is not unconstitutional? So now, why don't andrewholness tell the people of the country that he pledged an allegiance to the king to be a part of his Privy Council? So basically now we see the reason why they're upset and having diarrhea, because Mark Golding instruct his team not to sign the documents if they don't remove the Privy Council as our final appellate court. But here our leader Banya and our leader Aga Servia, socialists and a fool. So no matter what you do, try or say Mark Golding will become the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. You have a set of people who planning now say they want to do a protest against Mark Golding if he don't resign by Thursday, but it's gonna show how stupid and incompetent they are, because to know that the opposition chased the government out of parliament first in Jamaica history, and the same governing party now planning a protest on the opposition, showing how stupid them be, because there's so much issues at hand and you're gonna plan a protest against the opposition. It shows the stiff resistance and the strength of the opposition to the government make y'all want to fight out the opposition so much. So, comrade, we're not gonna be distracted by what they are trying to pull, because Jamaica.
Good morning, my pips. Try to do this as quickly as I can. Now, everybody should know my stance on the dual citizenship thing already. Can't just watch the previous video if you don't. See? Now, Mr. Juliet Cuthbert make one post referring to Master Mark and saying that the man is a British citizen. Now, the first time this Master Mark thing come out, it caused a great uproar in the nation. And Nigel Clark did come out and try to justify it, saying that he wasn't being racial. Saying, since that time, the PM would have come out and said that he will move a motion or be bringing a motion to Parliament to introduce hate speech. Now, a whole heap of people look out on it so them know the agenda and what the agenda is, and I suspect that they may be right. You understand? But racial slurs are also hate speeches. You know, so maybe it's a good thing if that come in, because that slur that Juliet used would have fallen in that category, right? I mean, I wonder if Juliet now no respect for the Prime Minister, where after the Prime Minister talk about hate speech, she come and I use it. You understand? Now, the other part of the thing is that Mark is a British national. Now, yesterday evening, on the 6 o'clock RJR evening news on radio, them play a voice clip saying it was Everall Warmington, and in it, Mr. Warmington would have made several pronouncements about British nationals serving in other military. Well, let me say that I don't know of Mark Golding being a part of the Jamaica military or ever been a part of the Jamaica military. And should he win the election and become the Minister of Defense, he would still be a politician and not a soldier. So I don't see how that is relevant. But then him come out and say that Mark Golding should come and tell the public if he is a British national. I want to find several things awry with that. For one, in 2007, when the PMP brought this dual citizenship thing to the fore, Mark Golding would have served as the Justice Minister. And when PMP lose the election, he would have become the opposition spokesman in that regard. And so, I am not 100% certain, but I think it was Mark Golding who would have moved that motion in Parliament against the dual citizenship. See? Forcing people like Everall Warmington to denounce his citizenship, amongst others, to including some from the PMP side, Sharon A. Webster and others. You understand? Now, knowing our political landscape, which is very adversarial and revengeful, where one party always try to play a one-upmanship on the next one, the JLP would have certainly done their due diligence, and the PMP, knowing that the PMP has forced their members of parliament to denounce their citizenship, and would have therefore snuffed out anybody in the PMP who was a dual citizen. So I find it strange that Mark Golding, who would have brought that motion to Parliament, would be a British citizen, and them wouldn't find out that from them time there, and come now 17 years later to say that the man is a British citizen. That don't make no sense to me. See? That don't make absolutely no sense to me. Now, let us say, just for a mere fact, say he is a British citizen. You know what that would mean? It would mean that Juliet Cuthbert and Everall Warmington, knowing that of a fact, would have been withholding information from the public, one, and they too would have also perverted the course of justice by allowing a dual citizen to serve in our parliament, because the laws would have been changed to state that no citizen of another country should serve in our parliament. So if they know that of a fact and hold that for 17 years and allow Mark Golding to serve in our parliament from then till now, right, they would have been an accessory to the fact. And I am taking it that if those two members know of a fact that Mark Golding is a British citizen, see, then all 63 members of parliament would have known. And if that is the case, then all 63 members of parliament would have been complicit. And that means that the whole 63 should resign, submit their resignation. The GG take over, we have an election, and we elect 63 new members if that is the case. Now, everybody know Everal Warmington. Say, him out now no bricks. You know, sometimes I have to wonder if them should have do a DNA if you see if him a world dog daddy. Because two people couldn't be so similar. You understand? Remember saying, just the other day, him take on Ed Bartlett in front of cameras, right? The what you call it, Integrity Commission Oversight Committee meeting, and him take on the man, Remember saying, when the Prime Minister in an interview, said that he submitted his resignation and come out and lick and say, I was fired. They man them out, no filter. They man they no hold back. So if he knew that Mark Golding was a British citizen, he would have said so long ago. Me find it hard to believe that Mark Golding is a British citizen, and they all of them sit down and make him stay in there after him bring a motion where force all of them to give up their citizenship. The Jamaican people will not say that no make no sense. But just in case it should be true, you know what would I suggest? The 63 resign. But Juliet Cuthbert and Everal Warmington, along with Mark Golding, should have put in the same barrel, get one spool truck, and fully up half length and roll them down one hill. Because it would be no better herring, no better barrel. True to the word.
Woman, come on. How are we say? Back where you come from, we say you not go. Yeah, but no! Come from that! We say you not done. She can't down the road, you know. Go back where you come from, we say you not done. He might go way back. Go back where you come from, we say you not good. Go back where you come from, we say you not good. Oh God! Live! You're up the road, so you're up the road. You're up the road. We say you not good. Watch the list! Go back where you come from, we say you not good. If you have integrity, you can't come here, sir. You have integrity. You have integrity, God bright. See my phone going back in and vehicle.
We had a job fair today, and the number of people who came out shows that Jamaica has a serious unemployment issue. You can't say work the young people them no want to work, because look how the people them come out in them numbers. The job fair was 9 to 4, and this was around 12:30. And by this time, they came out to tell us that the job fair is going to close off because they have had too many people for the day. So what I want to know is, what is the government doing about this unemployment? And then you wonder why so many young people are involved in scamming. And then you wonder why so many young people went across the border, and why so many people do not come back to Jamaica once they leave. A lot of the people who were outside that gate were university graduates, and the jobs that were being offered are mostly physical jobs, such as machine operators, warehouse attendants, forklift drivers, stuff like that. A lot of these people, they don't have the first clue about those stuff. Them just want something to do. So the people them want have work, wanna tell me, oh, no, did get it. Oh, no, did get work, because there are people out here who are really trying to get jobs. The sun was extremely hot, and people stood there for hours. And with this situation, you can't say everything we call the Prime Minister here, because this is definitely the Prime Minister's business. People want work. People want work. What is happening?
And I think this is the administration that has been the most committed to the concept of data privacy. We've done a lot of work in promulgating the Data Protection Act, and that was coming out of listening to the people of Jamaica who had legitimate concerns about the privacy of their data. And just last week in the Senate, I would have spoken to the Data Protection Act and our commitment to implementing it on June 1 in a phased manner. So I think it is very clear in terms of our actions and also in terms of our utterances, that strong, deep commitment to data privacy. And I think in the matter that you have raised, he was very clear in his, very publicly clear, at least on social media, that the information that he received came from a member of the opposition party. He said that very clearly. We have not seen a breach of data in this instant. I believe what he may have been saying when he said that nothing is secret is that when you are a public official, there are always people who know things about you, and there are always people who, for whatever reason, may pass information on you. And I think that's what he means, because there is no way that he would be saying that, you know, it's okay to breach privacy, because he is the minister that had oversight for the Data Protection Act before it came to the office of the Prime Minister. So he's very seized of the rules, and I have no doubt that he would not have tried in any way to breach the data privacy rules, because he has been such a critical part of promulgating those rules. And so it's important that when we have these kinds of discussions, that we don't kind of build on that low trust environment situation that we have. The reality is a lot of money has been spent on data protection and data privacy. And when we start on June 1, I made it very clear there is no exemption for government entities. There is absolutely none. The administration has been clear that all government entities have to comply with the Data Protection Act. And that says how important data privacy is for us.